Hey folks, welcome to the Kubernetes SIG Docs meeting. Today is June 11, 2024. I'm your host today. My name is Ray Lahana. I'm one of the co-chairs. Divya and Nelly are my fellow co-chairs. I do see some tech leads on the call. Xander is one of the tech leads as for SIG Docs. So I'm going to share my screen here. I'm going to do some more housekeeping items. This meeting abides by the CNCF Code of Conduct, which in summary just boils down to be kind to each other. This meeting is also recorded and uploaded to YouTube. So if you don't want to share your video share, please stop the video share. All right, I'm sharing the link I'm sharing the agenda right now. I put the link to the agenda in the Zoom chat, or if it's on the Zoom chat, it's also on the Slack channel as well. I added that this morning. I'm going to do a few housekeeping items. Or first off, we'd like to welcome any new members or new contributors. So if this is your first time joining, or if it's been a long time since you've joined a SIG Docs meeting, please feel free to come off mute and do a little introduction to yourself.
Hello, everyone. I can introduce myself.
Hi.
My name is Mariam. I'm a shadow for the release docs, and I will give the report for the release docs today. It's my first time in this meeting as well. Nice to be here and nice to meet all of you.
Welcome, Mariam.
I can introduce myself as well. I'm Yet. I'm a shadow in the release comms team for this release. And it's my first time in the SIG Docs meeting. Hello, everyone.
Hello. All right. Any other folks who would like to introduce themselves? All right. I'm going to do some updates and reminders. This week's PR Wrangler is Divya Mohan with Rudrak Carp shadowing, and that's the GitHub handle. I don't know if that's the full name or not. Next week's PR Wrangler is Nate, and Nate has put a comment. If there's anyone that would like to swap wrangling weeks with Nate this week, normally I would jump on it, but I have a lot of things up my plate this next few weeks.
Yeah, hi, Dipesh here. I should be able to serve my shift.
Okay, great. All right, sounds good. Dipesh, I'm gonna change it in the PR Wrangler calendar after this call. So
thank you so much.
Yeah, sure.
I put Dipesh. All right, and there's a shadow. Niranjan Darshan is a GitHub URL is shadowing. And the following PR Wrangler is Kat Cosgrove with another GitHub. Your handle is Abdelatif Bara is shadowing. And there's a link to the PR Wrangler shift as well. Dipesh, you're also the issue wrangler this week. Are you okay with that? Since
yeah, I should be okay with that. I'll share some responsibility with my shadow.
Thank you. I'm put here for now, then I'll replace it in the calendar. Next week's issue wrangler is Divya. So for those who are not familiar with the Wrangler program, so we have a PR Wrangler. So if you have any open PRs that would like to be reviewed, you could contact the weekly PR Wrangler, or the PR Wrangler will get to the PR to review. Same for an issue. So we have a weekly issue Wrangler as well. And if folks who are open need an issue that's triage or open issue, or have a question on an issue, please reach out to the week's issue wrangler. There's links to the issue wrangler and the PR wrangler shifts on the agenda. All right, last updates and reminders. If you notice any code of conduct violations at an event, meeting, GitHub, comment, Slack, please reach out to the Kubernetes Code of Conduct Committee, and you could reach out via email, and you could stay anonymous as well. All right, coming up to the agenda, I want to start off with the release 1.31 is the current release cycle. If anyone from the docs team could give an update, please feel free to come off mute.
Yeah, I can give the update. So our current status is green. We all have been assigned KIPs and we have started reaching out to the KIP owners. Price for the PR is in 3 weeks, so we have enough time to reach out to all of them. And recently, I think it was yesterday, we ran into an easy CLI issue that was preventing the branch sync from happening. But I guess that should be solved for now since the issue has been merged. The PR has been merged. I just noticed. Yeah, that's
Sounds good. I'll take a look at the branch sync if it needs a review. And is enhancements freeze already up? Is it already coming soon, or is it? Let me take a look at the data. If you have the information, please feel free to let us know.
Yeah, so I'm done with the docs update.
Thank you. So I think enhancements freeze is coming up shortly.
Hey, hi Tim. I'm here for comms.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I did a last minute upgrade. Our current status is green, greener than ever. We actually had a small issue, but it's getting solved. Actually, it was solved. And we completed the orientation. So orientation and onboarding for all the shadows. We will be reaching out later this week to CAP owners for blog opt-in. And Abby opened a discussion for major teams on the SIG release repo. So you can opt in if you have any major team to share, if your SIG has any major team to share.
Thank you. The one thing I want to highlight, since we don't have we don't have a big blog review team, so we should stay on top of the blogs as they come in to make sure that they're reviewed. And we ask for anyone to review, so folks on the release team can review them as well. So that's one thing we'd like to stay on top of, is just the when we get closer to when the blogs are or the PRs are made for the blogs, is just to stay on top of those PRs.
Yeah, perfect.
Any comments or questions for the 139 release team, either from the docs or comm side? I see a hand up. I think I did see a hand up.
I think that was me. I was doing a thumbs up for your stay on top of blogs. So that's what you were seeing. All right.
Yeah. Thanks, Abby. All right, let's move on to issues and PRs. Nate, you have a few things on search updates.
So sorry, I took my time updating the actual issue. The issue has now been updated with the same sort of information that I updated this agenda doc with a while ago, and that is essentially that I think the page find is the best solution for us for firewalled places, which is the use case that we're using Bing for. Essentially, we build search into our own site as a part of the build process, and so it sidesteps any issue that we would have with firewall places. And we also sidestep the issue of having to potentially pay more in future if, let's say, somebody like Algolia raises their prices or whatnot. So Algolia was also in the running, but I think that given what we're trying to do, I think that PageFind is the best bet. We've now, I've also reached out to one of the developers here at the CNCF who's done a lot of updates on CNCF specific sites and has experience with PageFind, and he's opened, that'd be Chris Abraham, has opened up a PR implementing PageFind for users in China. And I see that Tim is already working on reviewing that, but there is specifically a request from Chris for help integrating this into the CI pipeline in the Makefile correctly. So if you're aware of how that works, your feedback would be very welcome to try and help get this in a state that can get fully reviewed by whomever needs to review it before it goes in. So that's my update. That's my suggestion, and that's the PR that we've built based on said suggestion. So any questions, comments, concerns?
Is the help ask is also just to add it in some sort of the page find integration into Prowl or into Kubernetes pipeline, or is it just in the Makefile?
Well, I think that because this is sort of currently it's just into the Makefile, but essentially it's a matter of making sure that it gets integrated into the pipeline correctly. So if that is in fact the Makefile, then that would be the way to go. So he's I think Chris is just not as familiar with our deploy process.
Gotcha.
Essentially.
Okay, so just have it integrate in their deploy process. All right, thanks, Nate. That's a great updates. I'll take a look at those and try to get some insight where I can.
Thank you.
All right, any comments or questions for Nate? All right, I have one as well. Just to request for reviewers, there's a blog post that's been PR for blog post that's been open for a DevSecOps blog. It's on secrets, asking for reviews on it. I've also asked the SIG security docs subprojects as well for reviews. It's been open for a bit. I know the blog team does not have as many cycles to review, so we'll, if anyone can review, so not just, you don't have to be an org member to review. So please take a look at it if you have the time and the capacity.
What does it need a tech review or just a copy edit? Or what are we?
It does need a tech review. I would like a tech review on it. Since it does added some Go code as well, for example. And also I asked a generic review from SIG Security, so hopefully they could also add it a tech review as well.
Okay.
All right, and so that's on secrets and the how to one recommended way to use secrets as well. All right, that's the last of any of issues, PRs. Does anyone have any issues or PRs that they would like to bring up? Bring up my chat here. All right. And okay, that leads up to this questions and discussion points. It's empty right now. So does anyone have any questions or discussion topics they would like to bring up? Right. Well, thank you very much for joining the meeting or watching the recording or watching on YouTube. I'm going to stop recording.